What comes to mind when you hear the words Cirque du Soleil? Is it the high-flying acrobats or the colorful backdrops and creative costumes? What about ice? I spoke with artistic director Fabrice Lemieux as he discussed the first of its kind ice show, Crystal.
The uniqueness of being an ice show and bringing what the company is very good at, which is the acrobatic side of our shows, onto an ice rink. And then embracing a new environment, which is the ice environment, the skating world, and joining them into our adventure to create a production together. The company of Cirque is 30 years old now, and I think the only way we can and remain the leader of our industry and refresh ourselves is to actually find variations or direction on the model of the show that we are creating. The ice is a universe that we never explored before. There was other ice show from other companies, but not from us. Mm-hmm. So bringing the ice onto a palette of colors of production to explore was, I think, for me, a natural way of growth as an institution like Cirque, as well as a natural way to continue to explore a creative side and to stay unique in the creative aspect.
The performers, did you have to find talent that already knew how to ice skate, or did they have to learn as they go with the show?
They were both. We, of course, were inclined, and it's actually, I'm digging into the skaters also going into an acrobatic world after that. But for the acrobats, you're completely right. We looked for acrobats with perhaps hockey or skating experience, but there's not many. Then we looked for performers which were interested on learning how to skate. So finding a juggler, a trapezist, who is willing to learn the discipline on the ice of skating.
Tell me the story about Crystal.
There is a story, there is a plot, and there's a plot who is familiar to many. It's about a teenager whom doesn't think she fits in the environment she's in at home. At school, in the playground, anywhere else, she does not belong, or she feels she does not belong. And many of us may have feel like this sometime in our life, in a certain environment that we're in, and we feel kind of not quite in place. Therefore, she just goes at one night into a pond, and the pond breaks, and the ice breaks under her feet. And the metaphor is very much of what is her journey while she falls onto the ice, which is a very much going inside and a self-exploration of who you are and who do you want to become. Where are you going? So this reflection of herself is making her look at herself differently and rebuild strength and move forward in life.
Every show is going to be different, obviously. What kind of aspects do you say when you watch one show, and do you come up with another idea and say, you know, we got to do this for the next show? How does that kind of come about?
Not necessarily. I will step back. When it's the time of the show, I have no control over it. It's really in the hands of the performers and the crew who deliver the show. What I do, though, I will continue to find motivation with different angles to continue to get those performers to reach deeper within. A lot of time also, my way to approach it, and this is really a personal experience, is that I will challenge my performers as the performer that he is. So it's actually bigger than the show itself, but it will serve the purpose for the character that performers portray. I will try to always challenge my artists or even my employees sometimes to get outside of the comfort zone. Therefore, when they explore something, just keep expanding the creativity. And this is something I have done with myself as a dancer, as well as a director.
For people who want to see the show Crystal, this beautiful production, when will it be performing here in New Mexico?
It's opening on the Wednesday, 7th, and runs until the 11th of February. So it's about 7 performances, single shows Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and double shows on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays.
Crystal will be showing at the Santa Ana Star Center next week, February 7th through the 11th. For more information, just head over to foxnewmexico.com.